Hi, I'm Marshall. I'm the owner of Going Gear, and I'm here in our store in Smyrna, Georgia. Today we're going to take a look at the difference between the Olight S30R and the S30R Javelot. Alright, here we are with the updated versions of one of my favorite lights, the Olight S30R. So we have the S30R2, we have the S30R Javelot. I go really in depth on the S10R2 and the S30R2 in another video, so take a look at that if you want to see a really in-depth video. This video we're going to show the difference between these two lights. We'll take them outside, we'll show the packaging and everything like that. So we have the S30R2. This comes in two different battery capacities that you can get from us. You have a 3200 milliamp hour 18650, you have a 3600 milliamp hour 18650. People always ask us which one they should get. Overwhelmingly more popular is the 3600 milliamp hour 18650. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get more runtime. You're not going to see an output difference between the two, but you are going to see a runtime difference. Pay a little bit more, get the better battery life. Why not? The S30R Javelot you actually cannot get from us. So you cannot buy this from us. If you go to goinggear.com and try to find this, you will not find this. You can only buy this direct from Olight in the US. So you can get it from olightworld.com, or you can get it from their official Amazon account. That's the way to get this one. And the big difference between these two lights is going to be the LED. So the S30R2 has an XML2 LED. See if we can focus on that. And then you have an XPL high on the S30R Javelot. You have a slightly textured reflector just to smooth out the beam on the S30R Javelot. Smooth reflector on the S30R2. Better beam distance on the S30R Javelot. Slightly lower lumens. So you're at 900 lumens on the S30R Javelot, 264 meters versus 1020 lumens on the S30R2, and it's going to give you 196 meters. And you'll see better when we go outside what happens when you put the XPL high in there and what it does to the beam. The XPL high is going to give you a more focused beam, better beam distance, but the XML2 is going to light up a wider area at once. So they both have their strengths. I like both of these lights a lot. I use both of these lights a lot. So these are both rechargeable lights. You have the micro dock that comes with it. Really nice charging system. So you just set the light on there, turns red while it's charging, turns green while it's done. Comes with a micro USB cable, so you plug that in there. You also have a USB out. So if you want to be able to charge a couple of these at the same time, if you want to be able to charge another device at the same time as you charge your light, if you're limited on USB ports in your car or computer or wherever, you don't have to take up one with the light and not have the ability to charge something else. I don't know how many things you can daisy chain at the same time. We've gotten that question before. I've done 2 or 3 and it seems to be fine, but I wouldn't try to put like 19 lights in a row or anything like that. Maybe somebody can give that a try and let us know how successful they are. But anyway, really nice charging system, built-in charging on these lights. And because the charging dock is separate, it helps cut down on the size and weight of the S30R2 and the S30R Javelot, since they are essentially the same body. So a lot of other lights, they have micro USB ports or proprietary ports somewhere on there that have the charging system. Since it's separate, it helps cut down on how big and how heavy the light actually is. So nice touch on that with the charging system. The charging system has some little anti-slip feet on the bottom. Helps keep it from moving around. It actually comes with a pad, if you want to use it, that you can permanently attach it to a surface. So you've got this pad that you can put on the bottom, and then you can attach it to your dash or bedstand or wherever else you want to attach it. Again, if you want to see a more in-depth version of this, check out the video where I compare the S10R2 and the S30R2. You have some other outputs in there as well, so if you have it turned on, press and hold, and it'll cycle through your other 3 outputs. It does have a memory, so if you turn it off, turn it back on, it'll go back into that same output, with the exception of strobe. It does not have a memory for strobe, so if you turn it off, turn it back on, it's going to be in whatever output you were in last, not the last strobe mode. Same exact interface on both of these. There is a difference in the battery between these two. So in the S30R2, you have either a 3200 milliamp hour or a 3600 milliamp hour 18650, depending on which one you get. In the Javelot, you have a 2600 milliamp hour 18650. And they did that just to get the cost down. So really attractive price point on the Javelot, although it does have a much lower capacity battery. These are proprietary batteries, so if you want to get spares, you will need to get the Olight batteries that have the positive and the negative on one end. And you can see the positive end actually goes towards the tail cap, which is kind of unusual for lights. Usually it goes the other way around, so keep that in mind. When you get it from the manufacturer, it will be the correct way. And if you put it back in, you want the positive end to go towards the tail cap, negative end, or the solely negative end to go towards the head of the light. We do sell spares. If you want to get spare batteries, we have them at goinggear.com, and it'll work in either of these lights. Same thing on the S30R2, you have that same proprietary battery, but the higher capacities of it. You can use other 18650s in here, so if you have some Olight or other high quality 18650s, you can use them in the light, you just can't recharge them in the light. So they'll work just fine, you just won't be able to recharge them with the micro dock. Okay, so that's the interface explanation of the difference between the two lights. Let's go ahead and take these outside and we'll show you how they actually work outside. Alright, I'm outside with the two Olight S30R versions. Got the big 40 mag light that I always use as a control since everybody knows what it can do. Let's go ahead and try that mag light out first. Bush right there is about 30 feet away. Dock house down there on the lake is about 100 feet away. That's the mag light. Let's go ahead and try out the Olight. So we're going to do the S30R2 first. There's the bush. There's the dock house. You can see max output. A lot of light coming out of this thing. Nice spread out beam. If you saw my review of this in the S10R2, you're already probably familiar with this. Let me show you the other outputs. So those are the three higher outputs. Let me show you the Moonlight. Really good for up close kind of stuff. Great battery life on that. All right, let's go ahead and try out the S30R Javelot. So there it is. You can see definitely a more focused beam. So it's not lighting up as wide of an area at once, but you've got that more concentrated hotspot, more intense hotspot, and definitely better distance, which you're going to see better here in just a little while when we take it out to about 100 yards. You cycle through the different outputs on this. Actually, you can see on the low, I don't know how it's showing up, but definitely the lighter parts of the top of the dock house down there are lit up pretty well. That bush is lit up really well, and then you bump it up to the next level, and of course the high, everything is intensely lit up, shining around. Let me show you them both side by side. And same on the Moonlight for this one, really good for up close kind of stuff, get that great battery life. All right, so we'll have the Javelot on the right and the S30R2 on the left. We'll kind of shine them back and forth so you can quickly see pretty stark difference. More of a smooth overall beam on the S30R2. Got that intense hot spot on the S30R Javelot. So it depends on if you want that distance or not. If you're going to be lighting up wide areas at once, which the S30R Javelot can do, and the S30R still does pretty decent distance. It just depends on which one is more important to you, which one you're going to choose. All right, let's try these both out at a longer distance to show you what they can do. All right, I got some more space to try out the S30Rs. Let's do the S30R2 first. There it is on max output. I normally have a boat there. It fell down. I've been too lazy to get it back out. But that tree right there is about 20 feet away. Got a couple targets set up out there. One is at 50 yards. The second one on the left is at 100 yards. Tree line beyond is 130 yards. This light doesn't make it out to 130 yards all that well, but it makes it out to the 50 and 100 pretty well. Let's try out the S30R Javelot. So there you can see the difference. So this shows you a little bit better versus the dock house because you got some more space to work with. You got the 50 yards, you got the 100 yards, you got the 130 yards. You can see it's lighting up the trees at the 130 yards. You can definitely see the trunks out there. It's lighting all that up pretty well. So this little bit more space illustrates what kind of beam distance you're going to get out of the S30R Javelot versus the S30R2. So let me actually cycle through the outputs just so you can see what those look like. Kind of shine it back and forth. This is the S30R Javelot. And then here is the S30R2. And then we'll do them side by side. So here's the S30R2, S30R Javelot. So really apparent, the difference in the beams, the difference in the intensities. So it all comes down to whether or not you want that wider beam lighting up a wider area at once, or if you want that more intense, more focused hotspot. Totally personal preference. But I'm really liking the S30R Javelot. Personally, that's the way to go. All right, so there you go. That is the Olight S30R Javelot and S30R2. Again, you can only get the S30R Javelot through Olight Direct. So you can get it through their Amazon web store, or you can get it through olightworld.com. And you can get the S30R2 through us, of course, as I've mentioned in previous videos. As always, get going and start something. Thanks for watching.